Welcome to 2023 Capital Pride Parade. I'm Sam Laprade. I'm so excited to be here today. It is the perfect weather. Would you agree, Cyril Cinder?
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's sunny, it's beautiful, but it's not 30 degrees, which means I'm not sweating off my makeup.
That is perfect. We are looking so forward to today. We have so many different floats to introduce you to today. I think the whole city is out today. We are so thrilled to be part of this incredible day. Rogers TV has done it well today. We are looking forward to seeing school boards, police forces, firefighters. Everyone's going to be here today.
Yes, this is absolutely the event of the season, and this is the largest the Capital Pride Parade has ever been in its entire history. And so not only is everybody going to be here, even more of everybody is going to be here. This is a city of 1 million people, and we're going to have hundreds of thousands here at the parade today. That's what we're expecting, and I am so excited to see the community organizations, the performers, the people who are doing the work on the ground to make Capital Pride such an amazing event.
235 floats, if you can believe it. 10,000 people involved, but we started the week off with a flag raising here at City Hall to celebrate all things Pride. Such a wonderful opportunity to see Mayor Mark Sutcliffe and members of council out there, of course, celebrating all things Pride, Capital Pride folks out there as well. To see this flag flown in the city of Ottawa, I don't take it for granted at all, Cedric.
No, especially at a time when actually more municipalities are reversing their decision to fly pride flags. Municipalities across Ontario which have flown the pride flag in the past are choosing not to do it this year, are passing motions to ban all flags other than the city flag or the Canadian flag or the provincial flag as a targeted attack on the pride flag. And frankly, I am so grateful to be a person who grew up here in Ottawa, who still lives in this city, in a city that is proud to fly the pride flag and proud to have one of the largest pride celebrations in Canada.
And of course, it's all things Pride today. This past week has been incredible. I know you've been really busy. We were down at Festival Plaza yesterday with CityNews, and I couldn't be happier. Met so many people, lots of selfies. You've taken lots of selfies.
So many selfies.
Yeah, it's been fun, right? This week has been just this collaboration between literally thousands of people.
Yes, it takes so much work to make an event like the Capital Pride Festival happen. We've been running, sprinting since last weekend when events really started kicking off, and I just want to express my gratitude to all of the team members, but especially to the volunteers who make events like this possible.
Absolutely. Earlier today, my radio soul sister, Wendy Boomer from Country 92.3, caught up with Councillor Ariel Troster.
And joining us is Cyril Cinder, councillor for Somerset Ward. How are you today, and how excited are we for Pride?
I'm fantastic, and I'm so excited. Today's my favorite day of the year.
What does Pride mean to you in this city and the celebrations that are going on?
Well, for me, we've been seeing the rise of hatred, unfortunately, against the trans community and against the 2S LGBTQ community. But, overwhelmingly this weekend is saying that our community supports equality, we support justice, that there's no room for hate, and that we like to have a good time.
I absolutely agree. And this is a beautiful day. Couldn't have better weather for our fine city to come out and show the celebrations and coming together.
Absolutely. This is really, it's like a family reunion. We see everyone, they come out. It's also just so exciting after the last few years of pandemic to have our streets filled with people, to have people celebrating, and to get a chance to gather again. It's really fun.
We love the fact, too, that it seems to be year after year, it continues to grow and grow as well with the support that comes out in this city.
Yeah, and that's my message to queer or trans youth in our city, that we're here for you, our city loves you, that we have way more lovers than haters, and that we are here to celebrate, and if you ever need us, that we've got your backs.
Absolutely love that. Thank you so much for joining us today, and happy Pride!
Happy Pride!
And happy Pride, of course. We're so happy to have everybody here today. I think the whole city is here. We've got this incredible view of the parade. We've got eyes in the sky here at Rogers TV, and we're looking forward to all things happening today. This parade is going to last about 90 minutes. We're so excited to be here. The weather today, if you can believe it, mainly sunny, 22. We called it. We wanted that kind of weather. That's the kind of sun we're looking for.
Yes, I don't like it when it will rain on my parade. However, I'm willing to endure it, but this is perfect. Good enough that I can keep my makeup on, that I can stay looking beautiful all day long, but also still a beautiful sunshine, though, you know, frankly, if it does rain, it's still going to get a rainbow at the end of it.
Absolutely, and it's all rainbows today. We've seen families out here. We've seen people making the day of coming down, getting the best place on the parade route. This parade route, of course, has had to get longer because there's way more floats this year than ever before. Over 235 floats participating, 10,000 people. I can't even imagine how many people are going to be lining the streets.
Absolutely. I mean, frankly, there were people here long before I got here to start this broadcast this morning, and I thought I was being early. I was on time. It was before noon. No. You cannot compete with the people who have been here since like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning just to get their prime spot for watching the parade, and I respect and admire their dedication.
Absolutely, and the eyes in the sky we're seeing right now, watching all of this parade get started. We obviously give a big thanks to Ottawa Police Service. They are keeping everybody nice and safe. We see this incredible drone shot right now. This is the kind of love we want to give this parade today. The eyes in the sky, seeing all of these floats and everybody get ready. I was here nice and early as well, getting ready for today, and you could see everybody getting organized, getting ready. People have come out with wonderful posters. There's lots of moms and dads hugs being given out today. I love those signs.
Right, exactly. And, you know, frankly, I really do also look forward to the day when we don't need signs like that anymore, because the mom and dad hugs are really a response to the unfortunate reality that continues to be the case, where 2S LGBTQA+ youth are not accepted by their families. And having other people step in and say, I can give you some of that parental love, it's so wonderful as a temporary solution, because we all need that love, we need that acceptance, and we deserve it. But to have that hope for the future, where there's no longer going to be any parent who rejects their child for who they are, for who they're loved, for what their gender is, that's my ultimate goal at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
But to see so many families here with their children who may be part of the 2S LGBTQA+ community, who may just be allies, who may not know yet, because frankly, kids are still finding themselves, but they're here to show their support. They're here to bring their kids, to make sure that they're sending that signal that they are going to be a loving, respectful, encouraging parent. And I absolutely love that, and I have so much hope that even with the rising hate that we are seeing in our communities across this country and across the border in the United States, and the laws that we're seeing passed across the country as well that do target 2S LGBTQA+ youth, particularly trans youth, that the parents who are here today are not going to stand for that kind of thing.
Absolutely. We're seeing lots of different groups celebrating today, which is wonderful to see all of these groups come out and celebrate. And we know, to your point, we're going to see groups that are geared towards youth. We're going to see Big Brothers Big Sisters Ottawa. We're going to see BGC Ottawa. We're going to see groups like Family Services Ottawa. We're seeing lots of different groups come down the parade. Now you can see they've been waiting. They've been waiting a very long time to get here, and they are very, very excited. We are so excited. Faye Johnstone.
Yes, our Grand Marshal for Capital Pride 2023.
Has been very, very busy this week. There she is. She has been working so hard this week. She has been incredible, and it's just wonderful to see. I spoke with Faye yesterday on CityNews Ottawa, and just reflecting on the fact that she was going to be the Grand Marshal. Boy, her heart just opened up.
Yes, and Faye does so much work within our community. Faye is a transgender activist and the executive director of Momentum, which is a trans rights organization across Canada. And she has done so much work, but also been the target of so much transphobic hate. When she was featured on Fox News, featured and called out by Tucker Carlson, who encouraged harassment from his audience against her for appearing in a Canadian chocolate bar campaign, for appearing in the Her for She campaign, which highlighted women who were involved in activism in Canada and having the audacity to be a transgender woman while she did it. And so she has endured far more than she has deserved when it comes to the hate and the fire that has been thrown against her, but she has been so strong and resilient in the face of all of that. And so we are here to celebrate her as our Grand Marshal this year.
Absolutely.
And to celebrate all of her work.
100%. And Ottawa Carleton District School Board, they're here. here. They've got a school bus, which how appropriate is that?
Yes.
They are out in full force celebrating Pride. We know that there's been lots of challenges at the Ottawa Carleton School Board this year, but it's great to see them out there. Lyra Evans, of course, the chair of their board, here in full swing as well.
Yes. And to have the schools here showing their support, we also have Indigenous organizations, we have community organizations serving all different kinds of groups. And that's an important thing. Something that often comes to my mind is that the queer community is like the most diverse community, because people of any race, any religion, any background, any class, any ability are part of the queer community, because you're just born into it. Absolutely every person is under our fabulous rainbow. They deserve to be celebrated, and they deserve to have their needs served and met by the various organizations as well.
Wonderful, and we're going to be seeing so many different organizations today. A reminder, 235 different floats. Faye Johnstone, of course, kicking us off. It's wonderful to see so many people lining the streets, and there's families here, there's kids with strollers, everybody is here celebrating, lots of big waves, wonderful costumes, by the way, wonderful.
Oh, yes.
People have really gotten dressed up today. They look lovely in their everyday stuff, but they've also gotten really special outfits on today to celebrate all things Pride.
Because this is the thing, like Pride is an opportunity to step out. And it's not just the experience of all of these heroes wearing their flags as the superhero capes that they deserve to be recognized as, but also just like really bring in the fit, really bring in the outfit. I'll say as a drag performer, as a drag king, you gotta show up for Pride, because it is a genuine risk that somebody in the crowd might be looking better than you if you don't try hard enough.
Absolutely. We don't want that.
Never.
We obviously have lots of different school boards out here as well. The English school board is out here as well. The French school board is here. We've got lots of different school boards. The Ottawa Carleton District School Board, their slogan is "We all belong," and that's a message I think that's really important for us to have today here at this beautiful day. 22 degrees, absolutely gorgeous.
Fabulous weather for
It's
it.
all things Pride today. We hope that you're enjoying our coverage today. We're going to have an opportunity to meet lots of different people as well. Wendy Boomer is on site. She's going to be meeting and getting some of that perspective of people on the ground. But you can see there's strollers, there's lots of families down here today.
Yes, a whole school bus full of people, and it's so wonderful. I'm so excited to see what Wendy's got in store for us.
Absolutely. Wendy Boomer, I'm heading over to you.
Hey, we are here with Lyra from the Ottawa Carleton District School Board. And Lyra, oh my gosh, you guys have so many people out today.
Yeah, we're at 600 people, was my count.
That is amazing. What does it mean for you to be here today and represent, of course, as a school board specifically?
It's so important that young people see themselves represented. We have young LGBTQ members of our school community who need to feel supported in schools.
Yes, and are you feeling like this is growing year after year, the support and the love?
It's gotten bigger year after year. Every year we can see more people, we see more staff come out and support, we see more parents come out and bring their kids. It's amazing.
And changes within the school system for better?
Yes.
Yay! Thank you, Lyra, for bringing your beautiful crew here today, because it's so great for children to see this support, and I think it's especially very important from the school board. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Of course. Thank you for having us.
Enjoy Pride! Happy Pride!
And thank you so much, Wendy Boomer, hanging out with Lyra Evans, of course, chair of the Ottawa Carleton District School Board. It's such an important day for kids to be able to see that their school board is supportive of them, which is wonderful. We've got lots of different floats heading our way. It's really one of those days where the community truly comes together.
Absolutely. And I mean, I think it's especially important to see the support from the school board, because our schools have been the target of these anti-trans protests that we've been seeing happening. It's unfortunate that most of my interaction with Lyra is at protests. She's such a wonderful school board trustee, a wonderful member of our community, and we keep having to meet up to do these defense protests to show up for kids. And I think this is a great testament to that, because when we do experience that opposition, that's when we just get stronger. We come together, and we're ready to fight this fight forever. We're not stopping. We're not going anywhere.
And you can see so many families coming out today and bringing their children, showing them that Pride really is for everyone. everybody. We have dinosaurs, if you can believe it, on the parade route today. All things Capital Pride is our focus today. So many people coming out, showing their pride. And one of the things that I really notice as well is just the love that's here. You're seeing lots of hugs, lots of people happy to be here and happy to be part of this incredible day. Look at that. I mean, this is unbelievable. There are bubbles flying by us right now. We're giving you that eye view, of course, from the sky here at Rogers TV, showing you exactly how this community has come together. There's nothing like a bubble machine.
No, and we saw on the screen there just a moment ago, the community organization Max Ottawa is here, and you really see a diverse group of organizations that come and participate in the parade, from, brands and, things, banks and everybody, but also the community organizations that serve the community, Max Ottawa being one of them. It is just so incredible to see absolutely everybody turning out for an event like this.
Okay, I feel like dancing.
Right?
Everybody's dancing here. There's lots of great organizations here. Everybody's worked so hard on their floats as well. They've got lots of people out here showing their pride.
Yes.
We expect we'll see lots of city councilors on the route today, lots of elected officials as well, showing how committed they are to this particular cause as well, and this particular day. I think everybody asked for the good weather, which is fantastic.
Yes.
We have a couple of groups here as well celebrating loud and proud, and that's what it's about today. I feel a bit underdressed even though I'm wearing my fancy pride jacket, but some people have gone way over the top, which is what we want today.
This is what we do. This is what we're good at. The community, the queer community, we at least pride ourselves on being fashionable, at least at that. But that's the thing, it's all different kinds of pride on the parade route today, from stepping out in your best outfit, to your family, to your loved ones, your partners, your friends, your chosen family as well, and even some work families. A lot of workplaces get these together, and I think marching in the parade is a great way for a workplace to show that it's open to being inclusive to the queer community and making sure that they are a safe workplace. And again, the bubbles!
More bubbles for us. Ottawa Public Health is going to be here as well today. Really important, because Ottawa Public Health really is for everyone. They have some really important messages as well that they're trying to share with the community, with the pride community. How important is it for us to see those types of groups here today, Cinder?
Well, it's so important, especially because, queer health is not the best understood. It's not terribly researched. There's not a whole lot of funding that specifically has gone into queer health, even though we do know from the research that exists that being part of a minority group does increase your risk of certain health impacts, of certain community resources. Some people are not out to their doctors, even in Ottawa, because it doesn't feel safe to be out to their doctors.
Absolutely.
And so when OPH comes out here and Ottawa Public Health says, hey, we're here, we're talking to you, we're here at Pride, we want you to take care of yourself, we want you to be healthy, we want you to get our public health services community messages, for us to be able to support you, and for them to know that maybe it is safe to be, open about how they are queer with their healthcare providers as well.
And really important group that just walked by, some of my favorite people, the Ottawa Senior Pride Network.
Yes.
We always interview George Hartsgrove. He tells us how important this group is, because you think about somebody that has lived their whole life and they haven't had a chance to be themselves. Ottawa Seniors Pride Network is there. Wendy Boomer, I know how busy you are. I'm heading to you, my friend.
Okay, we are so busy and we're absolutely loving it. I'm here with Cyril Hughes of TD. Cyril, TD has been such a proud supporter of Pride for years. Why does that keep happening for you guys, and why is it so important?
Yes, we are so proud to be the presenting sponsor of this fabulous Capital Pride for over a decade. So delighted to be here. I'm loving this sea of green, TD green behind me. At the end of the day, this is all about making sure that people can be their true, authentic self. TD is proud to sponsor over 175 initiatives all across North America, including 30 Pride festivals right here in Ontario. Together, we know that we can make this world a better place.
Well, it continues to get bigger and better, and I know that it's all in support, or because of the support that we get from the community. So thank you for being a part of it, and I can't wait to see next year bigger and better than ever. It's the best thing to see this grow year after year.
You got it. Love is love. Happy Pride, everybody.
Happy Pride. Back to you, Sam.
Love Love is love, absolutely. It's wonderful to see TD out here today. Thank you so much, Carolyn, for being here today. And Cyril, I'll say that, you know, the bubbles are flying, the love is in the air. To see banks come out, we know we're going to see a number of other banks come out today and show that. I think there's and show their love. I think this has been one of those situations where big corporate Canada, I think many people thought that big corporate Canada would never show this kind of support for the Pride community.
And unfortunately, you know, the reality of running a giant Pride parade, one of the biggest in Canada, is that it's expensive.
Right.
It's really expensive. It costs thousands of dollars from the police and the various organizations and all of the work that goes into it. And having TD Bank as a sponsor is so essential. And I think especially the fact that one of the things that was said from, oh my goodness, Kiki Ko has just set up a popper right next to us. But one of the things that's so important about being in support of the queer community was that she was saying on the opening ceremonies last week that they're not going anywhere. TD Bank is not going anywhere. They're standing in solidarity. They've been with Capital Pride for over 10 years, and their support is so essential because it's expensive to throw a fabulous event like this that allows us to still come together.
It's wonderful, though. It's wonderful to see so many people out, and there's just so many people represented here today, and you're seeing, once again, you're seeing families come out. You're seeing people really want to celebrate all things Pride, and we're going to be having an opportunity as well to see police officers and firefighters. It's wonderful to see first responders be part of today.
Yes, it is so important, especially, you know, a lot of them are working, are here, are members of the community. I think it's also important to recognize the history that has existed between the 2S LGBTQI+ community and our first responders, that our first responders have often not been a safe community to turn to. And frankly, Pride started as a protest with a focusing on police brutality, and we want to move past that history, but cannot do so without acknowledging it first.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Cyril. And we're going to be heading to the wonderful Wendy Boomer from Country 92.3. Wendy.
Hi, I am now joined by Guy of the Gay Man's Choir, and I absolutely adore this day. It's beautiful already, but I'm having a feeling that you're feeling like singing today.
Well, we're not singing today, but we're always ready to sing. We have 2 concerts a year, one December 10th at the Gladstone Theatre, and we've got a good bunch of people who just enjoy singing, no audition, so you could actually be singing as long as you sing in the men's range, TTBB, and you could have a lot of fun with us.
So how do people find out more about the choir and how to join?
Always on the website, cgogmc.ca.
And how long have you guys been doing this?
We are in our 38th season, so in 2026 I'll be our 40th. And me personally, I've been involved for 10 years.
Amazing. And do you find that the choir continues to grow?
Of course, we want more members because we would like to get a few larger venues for our shows. So we need more singers.
All right, well, we will pay attention to everything that you guys are doing, not only for people to join, but so people can see the show.
Of course, so we'll see you on December 10th, hopefully.
Okay, sounds good.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. Back to you guys.
Well, that's wonderful, Wendy. It's wonderful to see so many people down here. I want to head to that show. It sounds like it's going to be fantastic.
Yes.
And, you know, Cyril, seeing people come alive and just seeing this city, I mean, I think this is exactly why this city has supported Pride for so long, and now we get to come out and show it.
Right? We get to show how much we are here and all of the work that we are doing every day in the community. Like, Pride is a feeling that can exist in your heart 365 days a year, but this is the one day where we really get to turn out and show it. To have communities like the Gay Men's Chorus, but also Idem Jeunesse, you know, to have these Franco-Ontariens and Francophone communities be coming out as well, that, you know, we don't always associate or see opportunities for queer folks in French in this city, despite there being such a large queer French community in Ottawa. And, you know, Gatineau's right over the bridge.
Exactly.
Come over and party with us.
There's definitely a lot of partying going on right now, and I'm waiting for those water guns. I don't know about you, but
oh my gosh.
I always
Spray
get
me.
sprayed. Exactly.
Spray me.
I wouldn't mind it up here on the scaffolding for Rogers TV. It would definitely cool us down. It's a beautiful day today. We're seeing lots of different groups come by. We're seeing a double-decker bus come by as well, celebrating all things Pride.
People have gotten. They run Ottawa lesbian events.
People have gotten really creative in terms of their floats this year. We love seeing that. So it's a wonderful opportunity to get connected. This group is doing it big time, right?
Absolutely. Let's Go is a great community event. Sorry, I'm being waved at by so many people that I know on this particular float. They run lesbian events in the city, which, you know, we don't have a lot of permanent 2S LGBTQA+ venues in Ottawa, but especially we don't have any lesbian venues. Unfortunately, lesbian venues are going extinct around North America and around the UK as well. There are less than 30 lesbian bars left in North America. And so to have a lesbian group event happening where we can say, hey, come out, you know, show's not just for gay men. Let's get the ladies and have a ladies' night and celebrate and get together and, you know, maybe meet a new companion while you're at it.
And I think these shots of seeing what it's looking like from the sky, to see the amount of people that have come out, the amount of people that are part of this incredible parade. I know, Wendy Boomer, you have a very special guest, the one and only Alex Munter.
Yes, I do. Alex joins me from CHEO today. And Alex, we already know how important CHEO is to this community. How important is it for CHEO to be a part of this celebration?
Well, you know, we have 100 of our physicians, staff, their families, learners, volunteers here. Really with just a message that everyone belongs at CHEO. That's what today's about for us.
Yes, and how have you enjoyed the parade thus far?
Oh, I mean, it's a beautiful day, great energy, and really let's remember we're celebrating the fact that in this country we respect difference and we enable people to live their true lives and be their true selves.
And it's just so important, I think, from so many organizations. That's what coming together means today, is showing as well that, you know, when you're going to walk into a hospital, you're accepted 100% and you don't ever have to worry about that.
Yeah, and you know, there's school boards here and child and youth serving organizations and CHEO, and really it's an expression of everyone is welcome, everyone is safe, and that's an important thing in our community.
Absolutely. You guys do so much for the community again, so thank you so much for everything you do and for being here today. Happy Pride!
Happy Pride!
Back to you, Cyril.
Happy Pride. And I have to tell you that Alex Munter is a bit of a hero of mine, one of the very first leaders in this community to come out and talk about being gay, talk about his commitment in this community. And I think it's people like that. We forget about the legacy, Cyril, the people that have really, you know, paved a way, if you will.
Exactly. It's so important that we give credit to our queer elders who have come before us, who have made all of these events possible. Some of whom are still with us, but some of whom unfortunately have passed on, that we carry forward their memory and that we can never forget about the important role that they played in making events like this possible. I mean, we've just had embassies walk by with local drag queens. We have our winners of the 2023 Capital Pride pageant who just came by with the NAC, the United Nations, representing queer immigrants. It's absolutely so fantastic to have this happen. And you know, I just keep seeing so many friends. I see Amy Beyonce Chanel, I see Omar B. Johnson, Abiscus, Devonna Coe, Kiki Coe. Gorgeous, gorgeous drag performers as well.
Amazing. It's wonderful, and we're seeing BGC Ottawa as well. And I wanted to send it over to you, Wendy, because I know you have a very special guest.
Yes, here we are again, and today I'm joined by Janelle Eisted, who is here with the Boys and Girls Club of Ottawa. Again, we've been talking to so many organizations that do so many important things for the community, and obviously you are one of those. Have you guys seen the numbers increase over the years?
Yes, so this year in particular, we've seen the numbers really surge at clubs across our city. So more than ever, children aged 6 to 18 are coming out looking for our barrier-free programs and services.
And I feel like I already know the answer, but what is the importance of the Boys and Girls Club being here today and showing their support?
It just means everything. We are a safe and supportive space for young people, and we want everyone to know that we're welcoming and that we see you, we support you, and we're proud.
Yeah, and we are so grateful for that, of course, and again, everything you do. Thank you to you and your team for joining us today, and I've been doing this with everybody. Ready for a big ol' Happy Pride?
Okay.
Happy Pride!
Happy Pride, absolutely. We're seeing the Children's Aid Foundation as well, the Children's Aid Society of Ottawa join us, and that's such an important piece as well, Cyril, to see this type of support with organizations that are ensuring that kids feel safe.
Yes, and who make it possible for kids to be safe, because unfortunately the reality is, and one of the very important reasons why we still have to have these events, like it is a party, yes, it is a joy, it is a celebration, but Pride is rooted in protest. The first Pride was on an absolute riot, literally and figuratively.
Absolutely.
And so to have these sort of organizations here saying that we're going to advocate for you as well, we're going to work for that future where it is safe to be totally open, to be totally queer, to people that not have the experiences that I've had, that friends have had, that people have experienced growing up. And, you know, the Boys and Girls Club for the boys, the girls, and those outside and in between as well.
Absolutely. We're seeing Giant Tiger as well step up in a very big way. We know Giant Tiger has been absolutely long-standing in this community. Mr. Gordon Reed just passed away recently, but he certainly has left an incredible legacy of Giant Tigers right across this country, and it's so wonderful to see Giant Tiger represented so beautifully today.
Yes.
And okay, Wendy, I've been waiting for this interview all day. You have the wonderful Colette Watson with you. Take it away, Wendy Boomer.
Yes, I have the president of Rogers Sports and Media, AKA my boss. But Colette, I know that you are from the area as well. How great is it to see this city come together this way?
It's just so wonderful. I mean, I've spent my whole life in Ottawa, and there are 700 Rogers employees in Ottawa, and it's beautiful that we could come here and participate and lend our support and just be together and have a great time.
What does Pride mean to you, and Rogers, of course, being a part of it?
It means an opportunity to put our money where our mouth is in terms of lead, be a good ally, do the right thing by all of our employees. And so it's wonderful just to come here and share their day with them.
Well, I know how much Rogers puts into that, and the support system is amazing. So thank you so much for joining us today.
All right, thanks for having me, Wendy.
We're going to do one quick Happy Pride!
Happy Pride. Colette Watson, of course, my boss as well. Wonderful to see Colette down here today and representing all things Rogers. I just saw my alum go by, Algonquin College. Hello, Algonquin. Wonderful to see them out today.
Yes, because again, school, so many people, especially post-secondary education, so many people like myself, we don't realize that we're queer until we're in post-secondary education, until we're in college, until we're in university. And so having those queer groups, those places to figure that out, to explore yourself, beautiful. I love it.
Wonderful to see
Giant
that.
Tiger, that horn is coming up behind us.
Giant Tiger.
The Rogers float with some fabulous performers, and oh my gosh, someone's got a telephone on their head. I love that.
Rogers has definitely gone all out. Of course, when you don't find me here on Rogers TV, you find me on City News 1011, and I couldn't be prouder to work for Rogers on a day like today, just coming out with all of our colors. There's all my colleagues. I get this spot, they get that spot on the parade route, and they're having the time of their lives. We're really excited to have all of them there. Today only happens, by the way, because of incredible volunteers. You and I get this job. There are so many people behind us doing a great job as well.
Incredibly. Like, volunteers are so essential to make Pride happen. In fact, the Montreal Pride Parade did not happen last year due to a lack of volunteers. At the very last minute, they had to say, sorry, we can't do it. We don't have enough volunteers to make sure that this is a safe event. And so having all of the volunteers here in Ottawa who make this possible, volunteers of all ages, from all walks of life, of all experiences, I am so grateful to them because they make it possible for us to have this awesome job.
Did you see me blowing kisses to Allison Scarlett from Giant Tiger? I love Allison Scarlett. They come out in such a big way here at Giant Tiger and really do show how they are so supportive. Now look at Durex is here.
Durex is here,
yes.
And the VCA. We've got vets and
I know,
condoms.
it's amazing. Vets and condoms. That's what this parade just brings out everybody. Such an important message today regarding safe sex. I mean, that's another part of this is, yes, of course we're having fun, but the education piece is key.
Yes, because this is an opportunity to reach people within the community. You know we're going to be here. You know we're going to be checking out the parade and knowing who really supports us without stigmatizing, right?
Yeah.
Who's there to be on our side without just saying like, here's a rainbow just for this weekend, and then you'll never hear from us again. No, the communities that are there with us every single day throughout the year, being fabulous. The Rogers float is now right next to our little stand.
I'm
but
feeling
on the
a bit
street,
spoiled.
oh my gosh, you've got people lifting weights.
I'm feeling a bit spoiled.
Deadlifting on the parade route. That is incredible.
There is certainly lots of people headed our way, and it's so great to see our friends from KISS out here as well, KISS 105.3, which really celebrate Pride along with us here at City News. It's wonderful to see everybody out here today celebrating. I think one of the things that surprises me the most every single time, I shouldn't be surprised, but the amount of people that come out to watch, that make this part of their summer. Pride is on the calendar every year.
Well, and how many places are you going to get a spectacle that is this fabulous for free?
Right, true.
Where all you got to do is stand outside and watch.
Yeah.
Ottawa is a city of festivals, but I got to admit, Pride is my favorite every year.
Absolutely, and Rogers, I'm just so proud of that Rogers float. That's incredible. That's wonderful to see everybody out here, and we're seeing, of course, lots of different groups out here today. We saw the Ottawa Humane Society getting ready as well, so they're going to be celebrating with us too today. It's just wonderful to see how many people come out and celebrate. And I don't know if you've noticed how many pups, how many dogs are dressed up in Pride colors.
So many dogs. I wish I could bring my dog. He could hang out with me here in the booth. He'd love it. It is, the Pride Puppy is an important symbol, honestly. There's a children's book called Pride Puppy that I read sometimes at story time. It is the best.
That's wonderful. Wendy Boomer, over to you, my friend.
Hi, I'm joined by Thomas from Out at Camp. And Thomas, first of all, tell me more about Out at Camp and what it's about.
So Out at Camp is a not-for-profit organization, and we take queer people out camping. So we take them on various experiences like hiking, canoeing, camping, and we have different difficulty levels from easy to very advanced type of camping. And this year we had about 75 campers go out with us. And next year we're planning on bringing more and looking to offer more trips.
Just a great way to basically introduce people as well and expand the community, right?
That's right. We're kind of helping people find out how to go camping, where to go camping, and how to go camping or how to do camping, because some people are beginners. So yeah, our goal is to just help them learn how to do that.
Okay, so s'mores are involved, right?
S'mores are always involved, yes.
I just wanted to make sure I was camping right.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be here today, of course, and being part of the Pride Parade?
I think it's really awesome to be out here and to have so much support. It feels really good, and we have our crew out here. I couldn't ask for more. It's really amazing.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on everything you do and the continued success, and we hope to see you again expanding and growing, and I'm sure you will as always. Keep the s'mores coming.
Yep, thank you.
Happy Pride!
Absolutely, and Wendy talking about a happy camper there.
Wendy has the same priorities that I do while camping.
S'mores?
S'mores.
Exactly. Those drone shots, those opportunity to see from the sky what this parade looks like, honestly, it makes me emotional to see how many people come out and the support for different groups that we're seeing today. I can't even imagine, I can't even begin to understand how important it is for someone that maybe is coming to their very first Pride Parade.
Yes. Do you remember your first Pride?
I do.
What was it like?
It was amazing. It was wonderful. It was. I didn't know what to expect, and it exceeded my expectations.
Right, and I guarantee that anybody who's coming today who doesn't know what to expect, this is going to exceed their expectations 100%. As well. Out of this world plumbing is going past us right now. Just if you want a little bit of a glimpse into the diverse kinds of people that are going to show up, we got queer plumbers up in this parade.
And we have volleyball players as well, which is wonderful to see.
That is so much more coordination than I have to pull that off.
Got to keep in mind they've got to do this for 2.5 hours, which is very impressive. Playing volleyball down the streets of Ottawa for 2.5 hours. Over 235 floats and different groups involved in this parade today. Over 10,000 people organizing this parade. This week has been exceptional, and we know, of course, out at camp. Wendy just spoke with one of their organizers today. So the variety of of different floats and different groups out here. I think you're going to have a little bit of everything today.
Yes, and even right in front of Out of Camp, we've got Skip of the Dishes on screen right now with famous Canadian drag queen Lemon, but we've also got groups like the Canadian Foundation for AIDS Research doing such important work in the community. It was at a Pride Parade that I learned about U equals U, undetectable equals untransmittable. The fact that people with a positive AIDS diagnosis are now able, if they're through medication, their viral level within their blood is so low that it is undetectable, that it is literally impossible for them to transmit that infection onto somebody else.
Interesting.
And so it was at a Pride Parade that I learned that years ago. It's such an important message to help to spread, to erase the stigma that still persists around AIDS to this day.
For sure.
And it is those organizations on the ground who are making that work happen.
And we see that Ottawa Wolves are approaching right now. We had a chance to meet one of the Ottawa Wolves yesterday, and an opportunity to hear all about their rugby team, and they're looking for players, and they're looking for people of all different shapes and sizes, which was wonderful to hear as well. Really inviting people to come out, because I think it's a really important piece that sometimes if you've, to your point earlier, you've lived your whole life, maybe you go to college, you want to start maybe playing a sport, but you don't know where you fit in anymore.
Yes.
Ottawa Wolves is there for you.
Ottawa Wolves is there for you. There are so many gay sports in this city. We've got rugby, we've got volleyball, we've got swimming, we've got softball for the lesbians.
There you go.
No, but for everybody, honestly, because how do you meet other queer people as an adult? How do you make friends in your 30s, Sam?
100%.
And above. You join an organization like this, play a sport, have a little bit of fun, play a game, and these organizations are here to let you know that they exist, because how can you go do it if you don't know that the opportunity is there?
A wonderful point as well. Just to make sure you know, I'm 52. I'm no longer in my 30s, my friend. Cyril, those days are over. Those days are over.
I was trying to give you an excellent compliment, but all right.
There you go. It's wonderful to see. But to that point, really, there are people of all ages here.
Yes.
There are seniors. We saw the Ottawa Seniors Pride Network show up a little bit earlier. We've got something like the Big Brothers Big Sisters Ottawa here. I mean, it really is for everybody. And float after float after float, it just smiles, and people are just so happy to be here.
Right, and that's the whole community coming together. We are an intergenerational community, and it's important that all of those generations have an opportunity to gather in the same place and to dance and to celebrate and to be proud and experience that. Because also, having those role models to who can you grow up to be. It's very hard to be what you can't see. And so to have that, to know that, like, oh yeah, that's what a queer future can look like. That's what a queer path can look like too. And it's just such a beautiful thing to be able to experience.
We're seeing tons of balloons, really artistic, creative floats. I don't know who is up all night blowing up these balloons.
Oh my gosh.
But it's really, really impressive to see
somebody with stronger
these
lungs
groups.
than I have.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to see these groups come out here today and celebrate, and we see Skip the Dishes, which is always lots of fun. We mentioned them a little bit earlier. This drone shot of the city of Ottawa. I think if you were to show this to a city that maybe wasn't as welcoming as the city of Ottawa, this would bring tear to an eye of people that maybe live in a community where they don't feel supported, they don't feel loved. That is not Ottawa today.
Absolutely not. Queer people, we learned from the recent census that predominantly queer folks do live in urban centers, and this is why. But it's also important to make sure that we show support to the small town prides that are happening all over Ontario, all across other provinces, especially in the face of the opposition that they receive. But that the love that we've got today, we don't have to worry about any of that.
No, we don't have to, absolutely. We've got lots of different groups coming for us today, and when I think about the chance for this to be a week-long celebration, did you sleep at all this week?
No, I didn't.
No.
I have been sprinting since last Thursday, frankly. Thursday before last. I flew on a plane in full drag this week.
Wow.
I had to go to the hospital. I partially tore a tendon in my wrist. It's been absolute chaos, but that is the joy of Pride as a drag performer. You don't get to celebrate, you just gotta work.
You gotta work. Latin dancers are here now. Latin dancing in Pride. I feel like a little dance coming on. That's fantastic.
Getting a little moment.
And that's wonderful to see, and it just is an opportunity to really connect as well with so many of these organizations that do such great work. Because a really important point that Faye Johnstone, our Grand Marshal today, made to me yesterday. She said, Sam, it's one thing to have a week of Pride. It's another thing to have Pride 365 days of the year.
Yes.
This is not going to stop tomorrow.
No. this helps us build our momentum. This helps us gather our energy to get ourselves in order to find our allies in community, but we have to keep this energy going all year round. And it just honestly, the more people try to say, do we really need Pride anymore? You guys got gay marriage. Aren't you done? Don't you have everything you need? No, we're not done. We're not going anywhere. Pride is going to have to keep going on forever, and I'm going to be a part of it until, I don't know, they kick me out.
There you go. Well, I don't think they're kicking you out at all. Bruce House, such an important organization in the parade today. We think about Bruce House when we think about AIDS, and we think about what happened in the 80s, but they're still needed. Such an important group there as well. The Marriott Hotel is here as well, because we want to make sure when we're traveling that it's friendly travel for everybody, Cyril.
Yes, honestly, it is a bit of a strange experience when I'm traveling with my wife. And I don't know if we're going to have a problem when we check into a hotel and you're getting one bed, right? There's an implication there. We're both wearing matching wedding rings. And so to know that there are safe places that we can reliably go to, frankly, there are hotels that they openly identify themselves as queer friendly. And that is such an important thing for a queer person like myself to know, that I'm going to have a safe place to sleep that night.
100%. We're seeing Deloitte as well out here today. So this is an opportunity for, once again, corporate Canada to show up in a big way and show that they might, work in these big giant buildings, but they're human too.
Yes.
This would be a big nod to their staff, to their clients, and to the community as a whole, that they're friendly, they're Pride friendly.
And if they're willing to put in the organizational effort that it takes to participate in the Pride Parade, which is no small feat, they're going to be making those efforts at the workplace as well to make sure that it's a safe place for their queer employees.
I'm spotting some unicorns.
Oh, so many unicorns.
So many unicorns.
I think everybody walking right now is a beautiful unicorn in their own light, but some literal inflatable unicorns is fantastic to see. Everybody looks amazing.
It's wonderful. And we're seeing as well the Ottawa Doctors Medical Student Association. We've talked about healthcare before and how key it is. A lot of people that are part of the Pride community don't have a doctor. They can't find a doctor.
No.
So seeing this group out here today, that's a huge nod.
Especially finding doctors who are competent in transgender healthcare is a real struggle. I'm a medical professional myself. I'm in the healthcare world. I'm a psychotherapist and working in private practice. And I still kind of get the report from people that are like, well, I talked to my doctor about this thing. They had no idea what it was or what the province's policy on it is or how I'm supposed to do it, despite being a medical doctor. And it's so important for everybody to have equitable access to health care.
Absolutely.
And so to have queer doctors coming out here, because they're also very much the ones who are talking to their colleagues, who are sharing that information with them. And unfortunately, we need students to be doing more, to learn more, so they come out into the community and that they're well informed. And it is groups like this that are, again, making that happen. That keeps being my summary of the day, of the people who are making this happen. But it is so incredible to see.
And we're seeing the Girl Guides as well. They're here today. They're out in full force, which is lovely to see. These groups that have put so much time and effort into their costumes, into their floats, into being here for Pride. Everybody took this really seriously today.
Oh, you've got to, because this is your opportunity to show up. Oh my goodness. Look at this group that we've got on screen right now doing some traditional dance. This is things like this. This is giving me some kind of taiko vibes. So this would be, I believe, a group that's coming at us either from a local Japanese community association or perhaps even from the Japanese embassy. And to have some traditional dance, that blending of the different communities coming together. Because like I said, absolutely every type of person is under our rainbow, and we deserve to be celebrated no matter where we are or where we're from. And again, we've got more queer sports happening coming by us as well. Queer softball league. Everybody is here to show up and show out and be prideful.
Absolutely. And what I love about it too is you might be watching the parade today going, hey, I want to play softball. I had no idea this group existed.
Exactly.
So I love that. They look pretty cool. They're pretty hip. They're pretty hip.
How do you think you could hit a home run?
I only hit home runs in my own backyard.
In your own backyard?
Yes. Not over the fence in my own backyard, but not certainly at the Titans game or anything.
Well, you know what? I think if you join the queer softball league, you
just never know. I was a pitcher in my day. I was a pitcher, so that's great. Lots of different groups, of course, represented today, and we're seeing so many people really engage in this today.
I can only imagine there's people that, once again, it's their first Pride Parade.
Yes.
Maybe they're coming to support somebody today, Cyril, that, you know, has come out in the last year.
Yes.
And they're coming today, and today's an emotional day for them.
Yes. And this is the thing, we kind of have to hold space for the various experiences that people are having at Pride. I think it can be a really emotional, very vulnerable experience for people, especially coming to their first Pride. And I think when you have the opportunity to come, like, there was something just very infectious about the energy of this many people together. And if you don't typically get to experience that, being in a space with this much love and celebration and acceptance, because we in the queer community deserve to not only be tolerated, not only be accepted, but to be outright celebrated because we're fabulous.
Absolutely.
And to experience that sometimes for the first time, or sometimes, you know, for one of the only times in their life, it is an emotional experience, and there's something healing that can come from that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing that for sure today. Lots of different groups today. It's wonderful to see as well that communities come together, and you maybe, to your point about this group that we're seeing right now doing some dancing, they may not have been here 5 years ago or 10 years ago. That's why this parade, I don't know how much bigger this parade can get.
I'm starting to wonder the capacity of Ottawa to be able, our streets to be able to hold this. But you know what, frankly, we do see from those drone shots, there's still a little bit of room.
Yes.
We have more room to grow, more room to expand, and, you know, to be inviting more people to the party.
100%. And it's just so wonderful to see. I can't even imagine, you know, the streets. We're here at the corner, sort of Elgin and Laurier, which is a wonderful location for us to be able to see everybody. But this is, you know, going all over the community. It's a big U shape today. I know that every single one of those roads have thousands of people watching today, creating some wonderful memories. And the floats obviously just keep coming. Look at that shot in front of beautiful Ottawa City Hall across that Laurier Bridge. I mean, this is a beautiful representation of everything that this community has done to come together. The guides going by us right now. We're even seeing some feathered friends.
Yes,
I can't even imagine how that happened.
My dog's dermatologist just walked by.
There you go.
Literally.
Everybody's
Hi,
here.
Dr. Laprade. How you going?
Everybody's here. Everybody's here. And we're seeing lots of signs as well. Everybody welcome. Trans rights are human rights.
Yes.
How important is the signage today?
The signage is so important because it holds a lot of that spirit, the things that we are trying to communicate, the priorities that we have as a community. We refuse to be silenced. You can try to scream over us, then we're still going to hold up a sign. You can tear our signs away from us, we're still going to scream over you. We're going to find a way to be loud and proud no matter what's going on. And the signage, the various messages that we're trying to get out that, again, become more important the more opposition that we face.
100%.
So it's amazing.
100%. Today is all about celebrating Carleton University out here in a big way today.
Yes.
We talked about Algonquin College a little bit earlier. You know, somebody might be coming to Carleton for the very first time this September, wondering if they're going to be accepted. Here's a nod to, we get you, we have your back. We're here loud and proud as Carleton.
We're going to be there for you if something happens. We're here to turn up for you and to support. And just so many different organizations and so many resources. I think that's a really big part about this, is that it's, you know, these organizations, they provide resources to the community. We had the Ottawa Trans Library walked by. We have so many different places that, you know, where else are you going to find that information? Where else are we going to learn our history? Where are we going to make sure that that's recorded and get support? Here are the groups that are going to be able to do it that you can access all year.
Okay, next year I'm coming in the unicorn costume.
You are really enamored with the unicorn.
Yes, I am. I think it's fantastic.
Speaking to you on a deep
I love
level.
it. I love it. People really getting involved in their communities, and we're seeing as well so many people decked out, and the dancing is incredible. We're seeing lots of people grooving and stuff here on the parade route. It's wonderful to see, and I gotta tell you, people have really come out to celebrate this year. We've missed this for a couple years. I hate talking about COVID, but we really did miss it for a couple of years. Last year was the first year back.
Yes.
This year it feels like we're back. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So many, like, COVID really took a turn. There's a collective trauma that we all experience due to COVID, due to the isolation, due to the loss, due to the fundamental shift in our way of life that it represented. Sorry, my psychotherapy self is really coming out here. but that we can have these kinds of experiences where we come together, because so much of that was from the separation. And that impacted the queer community in particular. And so having these spaces where we're back, baby.
Oh, yeah, baby.
We're in full force. Everybody's coming out. We've
back.
still got people masking.
We're
and I
back.
do encourage you to come out and mask if that helps you feel safe, as a way to protect your community. And there are things that we can learn from that experience and that we can continue to carry forward. But also to know that even if we were separated, we were never divided.
We were never divided. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Certainly a very, very challenging time for many people. The work that's gone in to this particular float is very spectacular. I'm trying to see who this is. Do you know who this is?
I can't quite tell.
Okay, we're going to find out, because that's pretty spectacular.
This is fabulous.
They've come out in big force as well. 235 floats, so it's hard to keep everybody straight.
Exactly.
Okay, I've just had my day made. I'm seeing somebody in the audience watching, and they have not only a Blue Jays cap on, but they have proud parent Wendy Boomer. We're seeing some proud parents out there. Who are you with today?
I am with some members of the PSAC who I just grabbed off the street and want to talk about the importance of pride.
Absolutely. Come and show your love. Come and show your colors. Be yourself. Come and show it in the city. You're welcome. You belong.
Yeah, we just need to raise people up. We need to know that you're not alone out there. If you need any support, reach out, because there is a community, and this proves it.
All right, all together, happy Pride!
Oh, we love it. PSAC members, thanks so much for coming out today. It would be really important for members, for 60,000 members, for people to feel supported in that, for sure.
Yes. So many different kinds of groups. I mean, unions are also such a huge part of Pride organization. Unions who have been rooted in solidarity, who have been doing the work for rights on the ground for so long. And queer rights are part of workers' rights.
100%.
And so we see CUPE, we see so many different unions who are here to represent for their members. Oh, and this fabulous group, let's see. Oh, they're proud to be me at Loblaws. That is the fabulous float that we couldn't identify earlier.
Well, that's wonderful. Loblaws coming out in a very big way, of course. Wonderful to see them out here today. And we know that that's a really important piece for corporate culture as well. You were speaking about unions. We know Sean McKenney. I spoke with him a little bit earlier before we started the parade today from the Ottawa District Labour Council. He's here in Pride colors as well today, really ensuring that his membership feels supported today. You're seeing so many different groups come alive during Pride. Lots of Pride flags being handed out today. And how important is it that everybody feels represented on that flag?
I mean, that is one of the key things, right? We do keep updating and changing the flag so that we can make sure that it's speaking to some of the most marginalized and most underrepresented people in our community. The different stripes of the rainbow do actually represent different things about the rainbow flag, different parts of the community, different experiences. But to have the different flags that represent the different unique communities there is there as well. We see so many rainbow flags. We see the progressive rainbow flag, which includes the bands to recognize the experience of the marginalized community within the black and brown members of our community, people of color, but also the trans community, having that baby blue, that baby pink, and that white to represent the diversity of gender experience that comes within that as well. It is so important that nobody gets left behind.
And Amazon is here. Amazon in a big way. They delivered Prime right here on Elgin Street today.
My goodness, really showing up.
It's wonderful.
One-day delivery or less.
Absolutely. LCBO is here as well today. We're hearing lots of sight and sounds. There's the Ottawa 67s. We love the Ottawa 67s. Are you a big hockey fan?
Admittedly, no.
That's okay.
However, that raccoon mascot,
yes.
I love raccoons.
All decked out, Ottawa 67s, of course. You can see the Ottawa 67s on Rogers 22, which we're so proud of as well. Lots of different people coming out today. LCBO, we saw, of course, Loblaws out here today, Amazon, lots of different groups. There's Rocky the Raccoon out here in full force as well with his bubble gun.
I may not be a sports gay, but I am very much into fierce outfits, and that is a good look on that raccoon.
There's a Absolutely. Riley the Raccoon. Riley, my apologies. Riley the Raccoon. I've misnamed him.
You've misnamed.
That's
Well, it
okay.
wasn't a dead name, so you're getting away with it.
Riley the Raccoon. Lovely to see him today as well. The Ottawa Titans are here today.
Yes.
And baseball season, they're gunning for a playoff spot.
Yes. I grew up watching the Ottawa Lynx as an Ottawa kid.
I remember those days.
And having the Ottawa Titans back, baseball is back in Ottawa, and hopefully we can go all the way this year.
Yeah, there you go. I would love to see that lots of different groups coming out and supporting today. And these costumes, I can't say enough about how beautiful they are. IKEA is here today.
Yes.
Are they going to make us put anything together?
Oh God, I hope not.
I hope
but
not
if
either.
they do, I am a bisexual and I am good at building IKEA
There
furniture.
you go.
That is a point
Absolutely.
of identity and pride.
They've got those beautiful bags as well at IKEA with the beautiful pride colors. So wonderful to see them represented here today.
Yes.
So IKEA is here today. They've got their shopping carts. They've got their umbrellas. They're all decked out. And we're seeing lots of really important signs today, that protect trans kids. Love is love. We're looking at lots of different people showing their support for this community that may not feel that they're supported. I hope today turns that around for them.
Yes, absolutely. To at least plant that seed and encourage it to grow of the self-love and the self-acceptance, and knowing that when there are people who, will throw shade your way, who will throw opposition your way just for how you were born or who you are or who you love.
For sure.
That is even more important to recognize then that self-love in the face of that is a radical act, and that self-love is the greatest, most powerful thing that you can have.
Wonderful. I'm seeing the Ottawa Senators. The Ottawa Senators are here as well. They're here, loud and proud. We're seeing Yoga Town, which reminds me I need to do a bit of yoga after getting up on the scaffolding today, which is great to see the Ottawa Senators. We saw, of course, the Ottawa Titans. We saw the Ottawa 67s. I believe we're going to see the Red Blacks as well. Lovely to see all of our big teams out here supporting everything that's so important to this community and to the Pride community. I'm hoping today that whether you're part of the Pride community or you're an ally like myself, that people feel like today is about love. That is what today is all about.
Yes. And that we will always be here. We always have been. We always will be. Solidarity, yes, more of those unions, as I mentioned, showing up and walking the parade route as they so often do. I've got signs saying queer stronger together, out of the closet and into the street.
I love that.
We are taking over these streets.
I love that. The Red Blacks, I'm seeing their mascot here as well. Big Joe's here. Wonderful to see him out here in all his colors as well. His buffalo plaid.
Yes.
Yes.
Big Joe dressed like a proper lesbian in the buffalo plaid. Some stereotypes are true.
There you go.
And you know what? Frankly, Big Joe also makes a great drag name.
There you go.
I would love
Absolutely.
to see Big Joe with some lashes and a wig on. I think he'd do great.
Well, maybe 2024.
Oh, come on.
2023 Capital Pride Parade is everything we could possibly imagine. It's a dream come true to be getting this vantage point, and you've seen through the parade the drone shots to see how this city has come alive for Pride, to see all of these different floats make their way through this community. And it does take an absolute village to put a parade like this on. A big shout out, of course, to Capital Pride, to Toby Whitfield, the executive director, all of the volunteers that would come together to make today a reality. And I'm hoping Toby and his team get a bit of sleep this week.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be busy.
Especially because this is Toby Whitfield's last Pride as the executive director of Capital Pride. We have a new person stepping into the role for next year. He's going to take a very long-deserved break after all the work he's been doing and the whole team at Fierté Capital Pride has been doing to make this event happen.
100% deserved, and it's wonderful to see all of these different sports represented today, and to see all these different groups out here celebrating today. A little dancing going on, lots of great music as we can possibly expect as well. I know we've got lots of floats to come. It feels like we've seen 200, but I don't think we're there yet.
No, honestly, I think we've got so much more to come because I've got more friends who I expected to see on this route who I have not seen yet.
There you go. And it's the Ottawa Senators street team, of course, making some music for us now and getting us dancing. Spartacat is all dressed up.
Spartacat's ready.
In his Pride gear.
His rainbow shorts.
Looking fantastic. Yeah, rainbow shorts. I haven't seen the rainbow shorts before.
I think our wigs match, me and Spartacat. I think we've
wonderful.
got a similar thing going on with the hair.
That's wonderful. We love seeing everything Pride, of course, here today. So many people represented. It's wonderful to see the Ottawa Senators out here. We know there's been some controversy around the NHL getting behind behind this. It didn't stop the Ottawa Senators today.
No.
And I have to say how proud I am to live in Ottawa for that very reason. You've got more soccer groups coming. You've got various organizations that are represented today.
We're Olympians.
It's incredible. A little one strapped, I mean, I give that mom a huge credit. She's got her little one strapped on her back for the whole parade,
Yes.
which takes about 2.5 hours to do. We're covering it in about 90 minutes because we want to bring all of those highlights to you today. We're live, of course, from Capital Pride Parade today. Lots of people waving, lots of people spending some time today with us, and seeing those drone shots, seeing the city of Ottawa like this, it almost, I can't believe this is the city of Ottawa because it's so absolutely gorgeous. Now look at this.
Yes.
Speaking about gorgeous.
Wow.
Now that's a gorgeous costume.
Those wings move. He's got a little button and he can control them, and I want to know where he got them.
He
I need
is
a pair.
into it, which I love, which is wonderful. He's got his own area of the parade. Did you notice that?
Oh, completely.
People gave him
Everyone's
a
giving
very
him room.
big, very
Nobody
big space.
wants to mess up those wings. They look expensive.
Awesome, which is awesome. I love seeing that. But just, I was just saying, just to think this is Ottawa, to think this is the capital, and that this community has come up in such a big way. You mentioned earlier sponsors to this parade. It doesn't happen without sponsors. It doesn't happen without volunteers. It doesn't happen with Ottawa Police. All of these groups come together to make sure that we're so beautifully represented.
Yes, we saw other events this weekend that really did carry the flag of that non-capital Pride.
Right.
When we saw the Trans March happening yesterday, 2 days ago on Friday, we saw the Dyke March happening yesterday. These are events that don't take sponsorships, that serve a really, I think, also different and essential purpose as well. That we've got sort of these different sides to the kind of marches and parades and protests that can happen, and they're part of a huge celebration and make all of this possible.
Yeah, beautifully said. Wendy Boomer, I know you're having a blast down there on the parade route. I'm throwing it to you, my friend.
I certainly am. I'm sure you saw the winged man and I have a little bow, which was lovely. But I've pulled somebody else out of the parade. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. I'm the president of the Professional Institute of the Public Service of Canada. I'm trying not to get run over here.
You're good.
But as the president of the union, we need to be an inclusive and safe space for all members, and that's why we're here today.
Let's do it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Pride!
Happy Pride, Wendy Boomer. It's wonderful to see so many groups down here. We're seeing teachers' federations. We're seeing all sorts of groups really celebrate and show their pride in the timing of this. Back to school, of course, for some kids going back to school tomorrow.
Yes.
Some kids going back after Labor Day. But I think that nod to the acceptance that we're going to find in schools is so important.
Yes, and schools I think have always tried their best, but have been somewhat limited in the tools that they have available to them, or also sometimes from the support that they can receive from their broader community. And so knowing that the community shows up, that the union shows up, that the teachers show up, that the administrators show up, that the trustees show up, that everybody is there to support that goal, and the various tools that are needed to make that happen, because it is more than just saying that you want to do it, you've got to have the tools to do it as well.
And the City of Ottawa is here in a big way as well. We're seeing their employee group here showing up in a very, very big way. We're seeing Public Works here as well. I know Ottawa Public Health is here.
Yes.
I suspect, I haven't seen them yet, but I suspect the library is going to be here as well. Really important. I knew it would be sprayed.
We got sprayed with
We got
water.
sprayed. I knew it. I knew that would happen.
It was coming.
We knew the City of Ottawa was going to be here in a very big way. Such an important piece for so many people to know that their city, the administration of their city, that their city councilors, those elected officials are going to be supportive of Pride, showing up in such a big way today. So key.
Yes, and we were actually sprayed by the folks from Unifor, who I was just at their conference last week.
Oh, wow.
At their Canada conference, where they passed a number of motions within the union to support queer and trans people within the workplace, and to know that, again, that's the work that's happening on the ground. Things like having gender-inclusive bathrooms, things like having a queer advocate in the workplace, so important.
Wonderful. Wendy Boomer, you're busy again, my friend. I'm coming to you.
Well, first of all, I just want to say, Cyril and Sam, you've been doing an amazing job. This parade is fantastic. And once again, I have pulled somebody out of the parade very quickly to talk about what they do and what Pride means to them.
All right, I'm Allison, and we are from Parents for Diversity, and we are a group of parents and allies who work to support parents with their children in the public school systems here in the Capital Region. So we're very honored to be in the parade today and hope it continues.
Thank you for everything you do, and I hope it continues to grow with your community as well. Let's give them a big ol' Happy Pride!
Happy Pride, everyone. The Ontario Education Teachers for the Catholic Board just came back as well. Their parade float is very impressive. Lots of those teachers out here today. There would be a time where we didn't even talk about Pride in school. I'll say, I've told you, I'm 52. We didn't talk about it in school. Those times have changed, and I'm so grateful, Cyril.
Yes, and you know, to recognize that train has also been pretty recent. I am a couple of years younger than you, and it also didn't get talked about in my school, despite me going to an arts high school that has a bit of a reputation for being full of queer kids. We still didn't talk about it all that much, and so to see that those things have changed, I get the honor of performing in schools sometimes, of doing story times, of doing talks with queer community groups within the schools, and to have the support of the Catholic teachers, of the public school teachers, of the French school boards as well. It is so essential because those teachers are some of the first adults that kids often have in their lives, and if their parents aren't supportive, many of them are, but if their parents aren't supportive, it's so essential that they have supportive teachers.
100%. We are seeing the Ottawa Public Library. I knew they'd be here.
Oh, we knew.
They're coming out in full force as well. I think they have the bookmobile with them, which is really important. So lots of important groups here. Parents for Diversity. Wendy just spoke with one of their representatives. That would be an important group to be showing their pride today and out here celebrating everything Pride. Over 235 floats. I still can't believe that number. That's why I think I keep repeating it. Is I'm just so proud of this city to come through in such a big way.
Yes, and you'll even see we've got some Star Wars cosplayers
I love it.
representing the 501st walking through. They dress up as Star Wars characters, and they do a lot of community work like visiting children's hospitals, and to also have them showing up in Pride, recognizing that that's part of that community work. I love it so much. It makes me so happy to be here today.
It's wonderful, and we've just it feels like we've just got started, but we're about probably 2/3 of the way through today. Of course, Ottawa Public Health here today. We've talked about how key it is for them to be here. I mean, Ottawa Public Health, and I think through the pandemic as well, they were trying to send really important messages to the Pride community and let them know that they were supported through this time.
Yes, and especially as you know, we sometimes see that there are unique health concerns for the queer community, and to show up. We're also got Ottawa Works going past us, driving past us with a garbage truck.
I love it.
You can even be proud as a garbage truck. If a garbage truck can be proud, so can you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Beautifully said. So wonderful to see so many people on the route today. And when I think back to this parade and how it's grown over the years, it just seems like, this year, once again, the biggest. I'm even thinking forward to 2024 already.
Oh my gosh. I cannot imagine how much even bigger next year is going to be. Bigger is not always better, but in this case, it absolutely is.
Absolutely, 100%. We're seeing lots of little flags being given out along the route so everybody can get into it. We're seeing lots of different mascots come along. That might be the mascot. I fear that I don't know the name of our mascot for Ottawa Public Library, but it looks like a dinosaur there.
A dinosaur, a lizard.
There you go. Something.
Something gender fluid.
But wonderful to see them coming out in such a big way as well, and parents and kids coming along the route. I know that city councillors. We spoke earlier today with Councillor Ariel Troster, who said this is her favorite day of the year. Many people on council really supportive of the work that's being done, and such a key piece. Lots of hugs there. There's Wendy Boomer getting big hugs as well, which we love. Oh, but she's with Mayor Mark Sutcliffe. We're heading to you, Wendy. I see you've got the mayor there.
Yes, I am here with our friend and pal, Mark Sutcliffe, the mayor. How are you doing, Mark?
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day. I was just chatting with some of my fellow members of Ottawa City Council about how amazing this is, what an incredible turnout it is, and how, just how much the community supports this event now, how much it's changed over the years, and how powerful a statement this is to see the whole community out like this. It's amazing.
And it continues to grow year after year.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible to see this kind of turnout and the number of community organizations and city departments and businesses that are involved in the parade. It's absolutely fantastic.
Thank you so much for joining me
Great
today.
to see you.
So great to see you again.
Yeah.
We're going to give them a quick Happy Pride!
Happy Pride from Wendy Boomer and Mayor Mark Sutcliffe joining us. Of course, wonderful to see the mayor out here. He's decked out in some Pride colors, which is great to see. The Ottawa, of course, City of Ottawa is out here in full force. We're seeing, as you mentioned, Public Works. We saw the library, Public Health, all of these different departments, recreation. They would all touch, they touch all residents of Ottawa, but particularly such an important piece for the Pride community to feel represented today as well.
Well, yeah, because we have so many needs, right?
Exactly.
We're people. We need houses. We need places to live. We need healthcare. We need jobs. We need work. We need supports. And so, to have all of these different community parts of the city and the municipality coming together, showing up. Public Health is walking past our scaffolding right now.
Yes, we love it. That's great.
It's, again, we're everywhere. We're everywhere. Anybody who's like, I don't think I've met a queer or trans person, you have. You just didn't know yet. And that's okay. But, at the very least, you've met me now. You know me.
Well, absolutely. And Cyril, it's been a pleasure to do this with you. What a joy to get to know you today. And we're bound to get sprayed with water again.
We're
seeing a lot of these water
I
guns
have
out here
set
today.
this makeup so firmly. Water, my face is hydrophobic at this point.
That's so funny.
The only phobic we want on this day.
There you go. Lots of different groups. We know that there's so many different groups coming. I can't keep track of how quickly they're coming our way, but such an important part, of course, social services for the City of Ottawa and communications coming here as well today. As you pointed out, housing, such a need. And we know that, unfortunately, a lot of kids that aren't accepted at home are find themselves on the street. So we need those supports within the City of Ottawa.
And they do also need to be specific because it is a specialized form of care. It's a unique situation. It's more than just, that experience of like, oh, well, I think I would be pretty supportive. No, how can you be supportive? What are the specific kinds of support that are needed? And so housing is a really big one, supporting youth and even, queer adults who sometimes find themselves in unsafe situations who therefore need that support. We are still a marginalized community, though I look forward to the day when that's no longer the case.
I do too. We just saw Bylaw go by, I should say. They're not giving out tickets today. They're here celebrating all things Pride, which is wonderful to see them here today.
Yes,
Ottawa Fire Services here today. I saw them getting ready with their float a little bit earlier. Of course, they've got the best float in town, a beautiful fire truck, Ottawa City fire truck out here today, and seeing lots of the different firefighters along the route and celebrating all things Pride today.
I think I should be featured on that calendar. I think I can make it happen.
There you go. We can always ask. We can always ask.
No harm asking.
And we've got lots of different groups coming our way right now as well.
AIDS Committee of Ottawa,
which is wonderful to see them out here today. It's a day to definitely get to know groups like this that are so supportive in the Pride community. There's our paramedics. Our paramedics know how to dance. Boy, oh boy, do they know how to dance. They're doing a great job as well. So wonderful to see so many people out here today. It's a perfect day. We're calling for nice weather, of course. It's a beautiful 22 today.
Goodness.
The sun is shining, but there's a little breeze, which is good for you and me.
Oh, yes. I'm in a lot of layers of spandex and couch foam and jeans, and so I need that breeze right now. I know my fellow drag performers do as well, and marchers, because it's a long walk to march the whole parade.
Nokia's here today as well. Once again, another good corporate citizen coming out here today celebrating all things Pride, which is wonderful to see. It's wonderful to see those corporations step up. Everything from TD Bank, we saw, of course, Rogers here as well, and to see Nokia here today. All of those corporate groups stepping up. Wonderful to see how much time and effort goes into all of these floats. The bubbles are flying again.
Yes.
And here's a little share, which I love a little share.
It's such a fight for me to not sing along, but I don't want to expose the Rogers TV audience to my broken singing voice after I've been screaming for a week.
Nobody wants me singing either, by the way, just so you know. But it's great to see everybody coming out here today. Local 162, the Ottawa Firefighters Association, out here celebrating today.
This is a view of the Cupid float
wonderful.
Right now.
It's wonderful to have everybody here. Wendy Boomer, this has been an incredible day, my friend. Over to you.
Oh my goodness, this has been absolutely amazing. The people that have come out for this event today, the community together, the community organizers and organizations that are so important to this community as well. So Ottawa, you showed up once again. I love seeing this parade getting bigger and better every year, and I'm so honored to be an ally and a part of this year after year as well with Rogers TV. This is something else, and it's not even over yet. My goodness, you two have also been doing such an incredible job and informing everybody about all of the participants this year. Happy Pride! Thank you so much. We'll throw it back to you, Sam.
Thank you so much, Wendy Boomer. You look absolutely gorgeous, showing her country pride today. Done a great job interviewing people along the route, getting those perspectives, because I think it's one thing, of course, for us to see all the celebrations, but to hear from people heartfelt what today means to them.
Exactly, to be talking to people on the ground and to let them know. Also, like, what are these organizations? The big hope is that you see them in the parade, you get curious, you Google, you go to their social media, you get interested in what services they offer, but to hear it directly from them on the parade. And we're up on this beautiful scaffolding. We get this wonderful view. She's right there on the ground, running the risk of being full-on run over.
She is
doing
working.
Such a good job.
She is working hard. OC Transpo out here showing their pride colors, all decked out in the pride colors, of course, which is great to see. We've got Paratranspo here as well. Lots of people walking the route today, which is great. It's wonderful to see so many people engaged in everything Pride. Capital Pride, of course, happens this week every August, and it's such a great opportunity to hang out and kick off this season with this parade. We know that this week has been obviously very busy, and I say kick off, Cyril, because we can't have it stop on Monday. This Pride needs to see us through 365.
Exactly. It doesn't just stop on this weekend. There is still work to be done. We do need this energy, especially at protests, at counter-protests, things that help support our community and keep our community safe. As a performer who does drag story time at the NAC, and in partnership with OPL, I've had people show up at the events trying to shut them down.
Wow.
People who believe untrue things about the 2S LGBTQI+ community, who believe lies about what I'm doing there, what I'm there to do, and what our goals are, and they show up and because they believe it, and they're there to shut us down. They think we're doing something really horrible. And without the support of our community, I would not be able to continue doing that. I would have had to step away from those events just for my own safety.
Right.
I've been threatened. I've had people grab me. It's been really frightening sometimes, but to know that the community has my back every time, that they show up with their pride, with their signs, with their flags, with their speakers, with the music, that they drown out any of that hate, because our love, when it is united, is always so much stronger than their hate ever could be.
Absolutely. We're seeing the beer store here as well. It's great that they've come out. LCBO was a little bit earlier in the parade. Then we've got the beer store following. Lots of different groups represented today, and we're seeing the Liberal Party, the NDP. We're seeing signs for Merritt Stiles. We're seeing signs for all of the different leaders as well, which is a really important piece to see these political people come together and celebrate all things pride, which is so key. That's what this province and this country is all about, to see that. The Green Party's out. Of course, they're all dressed in green.
In green. They gotta be. Drag Queen Holly Cow is with them. A beautiful drag queen to have on the theme there, Miss Holly Cow with the Green Party. But yes, it is really important to have the political parties be involved in this as well, because it is through legislation that we often do find the protection for our queer community. I was talking of the protests that I've been at, the counter protest. I always know I'm going to see Joel Harden there in his rainbow suit. I'm sure he's there somewhere. I haven't quite been able to spot him yet, but it's really important that our leaders in our community show up and are willing to be a part of that, and are willing to sometimes, honestly, you have to put yourself at risk in order to stand up for what you believe in, to protect the most vulnerable in your community.
Such an important time, of course, to feel supported and to feel the love. We've got people on rollerblades. Now that would be the way to do the parade.
Oh, yeah, I would have to know how to rollerblade first.
Yeah, there you go. Me too.
I've already got an injury. I feel like I would make that a lot worse if I tried to do this on rollerblades.
Yeah, such a good point. Lots of people down here, of course, celebrating all things Pride. It just seems like the floats are coming forever. 235 floats, 10,000 people as part of the parade. I'm so grateful. We've had a beautiful day today. I'm trying to capture some of the different groups that we've got coming our way here. It just seems like every group is out here today. It really is for everybody. We're seeing whether people are walking in the parade, whether they're using the rollerblades, whether they're in a wheelchair. Today is all about everybody in this community.
And it's so important to keep Pride accessible so that everybody can participate, because everybody is part of our queer community and everybody is under our umbrella and under our rainbow. And so we've got to show up. You know, we've got car dealerships, we've got hotels, we've got everybody bringing their staff out, bringing their team, people bringing their families. This is a family event, and families of all kinds are showing up today.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen so many people, lots of strollers, lots of kids walking strapped to mama's back and doing the parade route. It's great to see everybody out here today. And we've got so many people to thank. I mean, this parade is just going and going and going, of course. But a big thank you to Wendy Boomer. Of course, she did a great job. To all the volunteers at Rogers TV,
our woman on the ground.
They've done a great job as well. All of the volunteers that are giving of their time today to make sure that if you couldn't make it down here today, they could see us down here, Cyril, and be able to really experience Pride for themselves.
Yes, exactly. I know my mom isn't able to come out here, but she's able to watch safely from home and to enjoy the whole event and to still have as much of the experience as we can possibly transmit to you through a screen. It is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and lots of animals out here today. We've seen lots of dogs and cats all dressed up in their Pride. Well, this is a lovely drag queen here. Do you know who that is?
That's Holly Cow.
Holly Cow. There you go. There you
go.
Holly
Cow from Arnprior, Ontario.
There you go. Now there's another small town, right?
Right.
Really important to be able to feel supported in this community, and we see people from the outskirts coming in to celebrate all things Capital Pride as well. There's another government
Heritage
group,
Canada.
Heritage Canada coming out today, which is obviously really important for us to feel not only supported at the municipal level, but the provincial level, but of course at the federal level today. It's just lovely to see so many people supporting the Pride community today and really coming out on such a spectacular day.
Yes, it's so essential that we have that support, that we identify who is here and who isn't, but who is here so that we know who that we can rely on, who we can look to in the future, and who's got our backs.
Because I think the days of just putting a Pride flag on your door,
it's not enough.
As a business, those days are over, Cyril.
Yes, it is not enough, especially when there's been an uptick in violence against the 2S LGBTQA+ community, in hate crimes that target us, in legislation that target us, and especially in the wake of all of that, it's not enough to just say, I'm an ally. Allyship is not something that you claim for yourself. It is an activity that you do, that the community can then bestow that title upon you. You got to work for allyship. It's not enough to want to be an ally. You do have to show up. You have to show it through your behavior. And it's so essential that walking in the parade, being part of the fierté, is part of allyship, but also take it that step further. If you are a workplace, if you are a business marching in the community, what are you doing to support your queer co-workers, your queer customers, those who come to you, to make sure that you are exemplifying the things that are so essential to have in Pride as well?
Absolutely. We're hearing people shout Happy Pride,
yes,
which is what it's all about today. It's honestly, it's been emotional for me today to see so many different people out here today, talking about all things Pride. We're seeing people here for the very first time, and if you're enjoying your very first Pride parade, congratulations for being with us here on Rogers 22. It's been my honor and my pleasure to spend time with you and bring you a little taste of what this parade has been like. A big thank you to Wendy Boomer, my radio soul sister at Country 92.3, for doing such a beautiful job on the ground, on the parade route. And of course, a big thank you to you, Cyril Cinder, for joining me. It has been my pleasure to spend time with you. I learned so much from you today, so thank you for that, because I think it's really important that we make today not only about celebrating, but about educating. Thank you so much for joining us.
And thank you so much, Sam, for being here, for being our anchor and our rock through it all.
Great.
And happy Pride!
Happy Pride, everybody. A big thank you to the Rogers volunteers. Thank you so much. And we want to say once again, happy Pride.
Next year. High five.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line. Email us or connect with us on social media.
After a night out with your friends, there's always options for getting home safely. You could call your BFF, your mom or dad, whoever you can count on for a safe ride home. You could call your favorite cab company or 1-888 taxi guy. Or you could use the Arrive Alive smartphone app to help you choose your ride. Be it a friend, transit or taxi, getting home safely is app easy. Now available for iOS.